Yesterday night, Apple released iOS 14.5.1 to the public. It was kind of a surprise as Apple released iOS 14.5 just a few days ago. But there are some specific reasons behind this. According to Apple, this is a security update and is recommended for all users. Hey everyone, Tridiv here from TGT and welcome to another iOS update video. iOS updates are coming pretty nice and fast these days. Along with that, Apple also released iPadOS 14.5.1, watchOS 7.4.1, macOS Big Sur 11.3.1 and iOS 12.5.3 for the older devices as well. I have made a separate video for iOS 12.5.3 with iPhone 6. So do check if you have an older device. The update size was around 128 MB on this iPhone SE 2nd generation and around 100 MB on this iPad Air 4th generation and iPhone 6s. The new build number is 16E212 and this specific version doesn't have any modem update. To update your device, go to Settings, then General, then Software Update, and you should see your update here. For me, it's not here anymore as I have already updated it. But if you are on a beta version, that is iOS 14.6 beta 2, like this device, you will not get this update as you are already on a higher version. To downgrade to a lower public release, you actually need a computer. Now this update deals with two different set of things. The first thing is regarding the app tracking transparency feature. We all know Apple did introduce it with iOS 14.5 where certain apps need your permission to track you. You can enable or disable it via this toggle in the privacy tab. But in iOS 14.5 there was a bug where if you disable this toggle then re-enable it, yet apps will not ask you for your permission to track. That means if you disable it once, then re-enabling actually doesn't re-enable the function of this tab. It has been now sorted out by Apple. Another issue was some users were reporting that they cannot use this toggle as it has been grayed out, which I mentioned during my iOS 14.6 beta videos as well. For this, Apple has officially said in a statement that for users with child accounts or under the age of 18, or if your Apple ID is managed by an educational institution or uses a configuration profile that limits tracking, or if your Apple ID was created in the last 3 days, then you might see app tracking option is grayed out. So no more confusion from now on. The second thing on this update is regarding some security flaws that has to deal with a couple of WebKit issues. As you can see here in the security notes, Apple says the impact for these WebKit issues are processing maliciously crafted web content may lead to arbitrary code execution. Apple is aware of a report that this issue may have been actively exploited. And the description says a memory corruption issue was addressed with improved state management. An integer overflow was addressed with improved input validation. So these are two major things that has been addressed in this version. Remember, this is a security update, so no new feature is expected anyway. Overall performance is same as the iOS 14.5. For me, the battery life was very good on all these devices here, and that should continue with iOS 14.5.1 as well. I have also updated my iPhone 6s with this version. I have not seen any changes in performance so far. It is running as smooth as it was on iOS 14.5. This is the oldest device that is still being supported by the latest iOS version, and the battery life is also satisfactory. Also, I am running iPadOS 14.5.1 in this iPad Air 4th generation. All the patches that I mentioned previously are applicable for this device as well. It's running nice and smooth. The battery life I get out of this device is also very good. This update should not change that either. Now if you are interested about the benchmark score, here it is for the iPhone SE 2nd generation. It is 1331 for the single core and 3032 for the multi-core. If I show you the history, you can see that the multi-core score has improved quite a bit than the iOS 14.5, which is really good. Though sometimes background activities just after an OS install impacts scores a bit. And here are the scores for all the devices that I mentioned here: iPad Air 4th generation, iPhone 6s, iPhone SE 2nd generation. Now, according to my understanding, you should definitely update to this version if you want your device to be more secure. So if you have any of this device from this list, just go ahead and update. This version is stable and it should not impact your device performance anyway. By now we are already on iOS 14.6 beta 2 and you should expect iOS 14.6 to come out around the end of May. So that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to TGT, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.